Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Noctua sent me over something I'm genuinely interested in checking out. It's their Noctua NH-U12S cooler. It's the Redux version. Now it's a 120mm single tower CPU cooler, and it is a more affordable version of their U12S tower cooler. Not only that, but they sent over 10 grams of their NTH1 thermal paste to test out on the CPU. And they also sent over a pack of the NASCW1 cleaning wipes to clean off your CPU, cooler, your GPU pads, all that good stuff, you know, because thermal paste is messy and you want to get a good clean surface before you reapply the new stuff so you can get optimal cooling, right? We're gonna do a full unboxing of this cooler here, the Redux, the NH-U12S Redux, and we're going to go over some of the features and specs. And if you're interested in checking this cooler out, I'll put links in the description section below so you can feel free to check it out. So without further ado, let's get right into the unboxing, and then we're gonna test it out on my i5-13500 system, and we're gonna do some thermals and see how it performs under loads and stress tests. So let's get into it, shall we? Come on, let's go! Crack open the box, shall we? Right away, Noctua keeps the packaging clean and simple, very Redux style. And inside we've got some cardboard packaging here. We've got the NH-U12S Redux cooler itself. It looks like they've got the fan mounted on it already. And what's this? Mounting hardware box here on the cooler itself. Well, let's put this aside for a second. In here we've got the Noctua's secure Firm 2 mounting system. Secure Firm 2 mounting system for Intel and AMD sockets. This fits a variety of system motherboards and sockets. And we've got the instructions for unpacking and fan setup, how to connect your fan, put it back on if you take it off, how to mount it. And we got the coverage, and you can mount this on the AM5 and AM4 platform, different hardware for that. And it also can be mounted on the Intel systems for LGA 1851, the LGA 1700, LGA 1200, and LGA 115X series of motherboards. So it can support a ton of motherboards and CPU sockets. It's always good to take a look at this to find out what parts and pieces go for what platform. We're going to be using the Intel 1700 series socket today. You have a different Intel and AMD mounting brackets here. Different color-coded standoffs. You see how they're blue and black for different systems. But not only that, but they have them individually labeled Intel parts, so you don't screw them up. And then again, what's good about them? Clear, labeling here, Intel parts. And then you have a pack for AMD parts, so you don't technically have to rely on the color coding, but it tells you, don't need that for your system, don't open it up. And we got the back plate here, Secure Firm 2 black back plate. This is for Intel. Now, what I like about this is that this is a chunky piece of metal. This is not like a flimsy back plate you might find on a cheap cooler set. This is some solid steel here. So that's really nice. Let's move this aside a little bit here. We'll get to this in a little bit later because we're going to be mounting this system. This is the cooler. This is the classic single 120 millimeter single tower design, but it's in the Redux gray color scheme instead of the usual Noctua brown. And honestly, it fits better in most builds. So let's go over the specs so you know exactly what you're getting for the cooler dimensions. We've got a height of 158 millimeter. You got a width of 125 millimeter. The depth is 71 millimeter with the fan, and the weight is 755 grams with the fan. So you know it's got some hefty weight to it, so it's going to provide some decent cooling as well. It's like this is a 5 heat pipe design. And it has soldered joints here. Nickel plated copper base. It's got pre-applied thermal paste. If you don't have any, that's a nice touch to save you a few bucks. And it has an aluminum fin stack. And it should provide full clearance and RAM compatibility on most motherboards and RAM types. 100% PCIe clearance as well. Supports all the above Intel and AMD sockets that I mentioned. And this thermal paste that they sent over, which is the NT-H1 10 grams, it's a larger size. It's one of their most popular pastes. It's non-conductive, it's easy to spread, and cures instantly. Perfect for multiple installs or future builds. So it's good you have some of this on hand at all times, because who doesn't need a little thermal grease? So without further ado, let's get this on my system and get to testing some thermals, shall we? Here we have my rather modest 13500 CPU with my ASUS B760 motherboard. And all the parts I use in this build are going to be listed in the description section below. And pretty much this is already built with Windows 11 installed, but we're going to test with ADA 64 and we're going to use Cinebench. So we're going to get some scores and see how it can keep the temps down. That's what you need, right? And I'll put this system in a case later, but for right now it's an open bench. Right now we've got a ID cooling, and just pull that one off. It works pretty well, but you know it's a basic cooler, and it's only a 4 heat pipe design. So let's get this off here, shall we? Line everything up. Now the only caveat is that you've got to take the fan off to be able to tighten the darn cooler down on this side. So you take it off now, take it off later, whatever you want. But the important thing is you get a good, firm, secure connection here. It's mostly the case with all these coolers. You're gonna have to remove the fan to be able to get them tightened. Just the way it is. And I'm using their thermal paste. I took the stock thermal paste off, so it's probably the same stuff, but it was a little bit, well, it was still tacky, but it's a little dried a little bit, so just wanted to give it a fair chance and put new stuff on. So, but in a pinch, you know, it worked fine. The fan back on. Good RAM clearance. No problems here on that part. And fan clips on really easy. And it's a standard 4-pin. Not too bad. We'll get the software installed and get to some screen captures and testing some numbers out here. Not bad. Excuse the mess. This is a real workplace. So here we have ADA 64. Just has a trial version, but I'm able to stress test the CPU, FPU, and the cache. even though when I start this, yes, I'm boosting up to almost near what the capability of the CPU is, as you see here, 4.6, 4.2 gigahertz. That's the boost that I'll go up to max. It does go down a bit, and that's a limitation of my board, but it seems to boost, peak boost, go down to like 3 gigahertz, something like that. But you can see from the CPU temps, we're getting around 50C at the highest, even when we went to full boost. And you can tell that none of the cores is even approaching its max thermal temp around 90C. So this is a good thing, and the cooler is doing well. And the same thing goes for R23 Cinebench. When we start the test, we go up close to the max boost, as you can see here, on all cores. And they come over here to ADA, and yes, we're getting around 65C, 68C for a couple cores, maxed out at 69C. But then, it seems to throttle, and I think that's a limitation on my board, because none of the cores even got close to the thermal temp max. And then it'll go back up, But as you can see, it is handling the CPU well, even under full boost. So looks pretty good to me. So my final thoughts about the Noctua NH-U12S Redux CPU cooler. First of all, I'd like to thank Noctua again for sending this out for me to do a brief review on and unboxing. And again, if you're interested in this product, I'll put it below in the description section for you to check out. Now, a few of the things I'd like to point out is that who is this cooler for? Obviously, for those of you out there who want a cooler CPU, who are using the Intel or AMD stock CPU coolers. Normally, those things have to really ramp up fan speed to cool the CPU down. Noctua is known for having great coolers. They'll cool better and with lower fan speeds typically. So you'll get less fan noise. Noctua is a name brand that most of you out there know and respect. Case in point, I had a higher end NDH D15S, or I guess it's a twin tower cooler. I probably didn't get the name right, but I had that for a couple of years, and I had it on one of my higher end systems. And obviously, I bought a new setup, a new motherboard. The cooler that I had from them, the mounting bracket didn't fit that new socket for that new motherboard. So they had a program where you verify that you owned it, where you bought it from, and then you just requested a new mounting bracket and adapter set for that socket, and they sent it out to me, and I didn't have to throw away that expensive cooler. I was able to reuse it again because it was of great build quality and it did well on my 13th gen i7 CPU. So they may or may not do this for multiple coolers in the future. So their warranty support and their focus on the customer is there, while speaking from a personal point. Again, you also have the build quality. It's there. It's very solid, and documentation is great as well. So thanks for coming along with me on this journey, and thanks for watching Remember This Tech.